Good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and those of us who are more creative. I am the furriest of Vile, and oh my god, I haven't done this in so long. I've had so much happening, hence the poor uploading things, whatever you call them. I've had so much happening that this has been impossible, basically. Don't have a wig cap on because I've brought myself. I'm hoping my hair, well, no, wait a minute, let me repeat. I was hoping my hair was long enough to start like wearing just ponytails, like attached and all that, for like if I'm just going out to an event or I can't be bothered with a wig, or maybe a performance calls for just a ponytail. But mostly it's for, you know, when I'm doing this because I'm lazy and I can't be bothered anymore. However, my hair is still a little bit too short, hence the bits that are really pissing me off. It's because I at one point had a mullet and then I also had a mohawk kind of cut at one point, so obviously there's areas of my hair that are vastly shorter than others, so I'm waiting for it to grow out so it all gets into the thing in the back. However, I'm going to get myself some heavy duty gel and hopefully be able to smooth it all back, even if it's just a lie, because I hate grips. I really hate grips. I always have. Don't mind them so much in wigs because obviously it's not attached to my hair, actual hair, but it's like when it's actually in my hair, they piss me off. Anyway, today is an unboxing, and it's a new kind of unboxing from a box. I've had these a while, by the way, because they've just been sat there, but I finally got around to it. So a new box that I've never experienced before, and I'm very happy with them, like all of them. Obviously this is the cheapest one. This is the Beauty Box by Tammy. I've seen them all over like Instagram and all that, and I had to get them. So I got them all, and this is the smallest one, so this was £20 worth 42. They're not the, like, it's obviously it's only £20, but it's like not a massive collection in like really any of them, but it's like really, really good products for your money. That's all I'm giving you, because I'm not gonna spoil the ones in the future, am I? Anyway, let's see what's in the box. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, I couldn't handle the wispy bits. I thought maybe it was just me as a child. Like, I used to get my mother to like slate my hair back whenever she put it up because I couldn't stand like the wispiness of it and all that. Clearly I still hate it. However, this has given me an idea because I am actually also trying this because I plan on wearing a ponytail or whatever, the other one that I brought for a night out that's happening on the 18th. I've been thinking, obviously it's not that, I don't want to give away what I'm wearing, but I wonder if, like, it depends what the ponytail looks like, but like, I mean, I might wear a bandana, you never know. Anyway, I'll sort out my hair after makeup. What's in the box? So, I don't know if I said this or not. I bet breakfast, since. So, £20 and it's worth 42. And there's only, I was going to say, 1 minute, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4. I don't know why I forgot how to count for a second. There's only 4 products, however, I know at least 3 of these brands, okay? It's a very cute collection, and because obviously, to be honest with you, it's been ages since I've looked in them, I kind of remember what's in the other ones as well. It's a good brand, and remember, this is only £20. Okay, so I've forgotten how I do this. Do I unbox it first, like give you all the info, or get to the place? I think I unbox it first, don't I? Yes. Listen, it's been a long time, and as you can tell, I am really tired. Look, can you even see the marking? That, around my head, comes from wearing very tight wigs and a very, 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 very tight headdress 2 days in a row. It will go eventually. Maybe. It does go eventually. I say maybe because I've also got a lot coming, so it may just become a permanent fixture. But that's what makeup is. English. That's what makeup is for. Okay, first product. Okay, and the first product, I decided to start with the one that I've never heard of. So, this is from Rude Cosmetics High Gloss Profit Lip Lacquer. It's £5.47, so £6-ish. Get ready to make some serious money moves with this product. The perfect combination of high shine and rich colour. This lacquer will have you looking and feeling like a boss. Achieve a bold, polished pout while giving your lips the TLC they deserve with our moisturising formula. That includes shea butter and vitamin E and provides an intense colour payoff with high glossy finish. Okay, so it sounds like a full coverage kind of lip gloss. £6 if it's good. I mean, can you really argue with that? It's in the shade Euro, by the way, and it's very nudie coloured. I love nude lips, so yes. Oh, very chunky, feels well made. Wow, I forgot how strong the fragrance is. Oh, actually, it looks less. Oh no, it's like a terracotta-y kind of nude. Like it's a bit more brighter on my hand than it looks on the camera. And definitely more from the... It looks fine. Like, it looks quite similar on the camera, but it is a bit more pinkier, terracotta-y kind of colour on my hand in person. It's very, very strong. It's not particularly unpleasant, I don't think. Obviously, I've done my glam boy look, but that was ages ago because I've had so much happen in between. I don't remember if it like goes as you apply it. I hope it does because it's not going to feel great. It's sat right there under your lips the whole time. But I like nude colours. Don't particularly wear gloss in drag because I personally think that it's just not a good thing to do because it breaks down the lip product for a start. If you're wearing a long wig, it gets stuck in your hair and all that. Yes. Anyway, it gets stuck in your hair. So I tend to go with like a highlightery powder shine kind of thing to mimic and pretend to be a gloss. I would definitely wear glosses as like boy glam. But even then, I probably wouldn't if I was going on a night out. So actually, I don't think I would in boy glam either. The only time I really wear glosses is like daily, like with a bare face. I don't really put gloss and makeup together because I don't see the point of putting on a product that breaks it down, especially if you want your makeup to last for a long time. So obviously, when I'm doing my makeup for social media and all that, I'll put a gloss on because I have loads of glosses and they need using. But yeah, it's not as strong, but it's definitely still there at the minute. Okay, so that was the first product. Next product. Okay, for this product, I've looked, and I've looked. I'm gathering it was either limited edition or has been discontinued. The NYX retractable eyeliner in the shade grey. So yeah, I'm gathering it's been discontinued. I can only find it on Amazon and they're around £5 on Amazon. I don't really wear coloured eyeliners. Like, in boy glam, yes, I will sometimes wear coloured eyeliners. In drag, no. My eyeliner is white all the time. Like, it never changes. However, it could be... Sometimes my phone's about to go off. As I was saying, the only time I've used it is if I will like... I wish I could speak today. yes, I am burping. So I'll sometimes go around the crease with a pencil eyeliner and then put a bit of glitter, like, it's just like a graphic liner moment when I'm feeling a bit edgy. So I could try it for that. Not all eyeliners want to go over so much product, so it's going to be interesting. Also very, very scary. That was my stomach, if you heard it. It's very dark. It is grey, but it's very dark grey. It could almost pull black. It feels creamy, smooth. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I'm not overly fond of like the retractable kind of eyeliners. I'd rather have ones that you sharpen. I don't know how much it was originally, but if it was around the £5 mark, then sure, whatever. Absolutely would have been a shade for me in my gothic days. But as I said, this would be either when I'm feeling edgy and doing more eyeliner things on the lid, or for boy glam if I'm feeling moody, I guess. Yeah. Next product. The next product is the Physicians Formula Murmur, something like that, butter blush in the shade Plum Rose, £15. Ultra luxurious formula infused with the Murmur butter delivers a radiant Brazilian goddess glow. Incredibly soft and ultra creamy texture combines the best features of a powder and cream blush. Skin loving blend infused with the Murmur butter. It's got so many butters that got really confusing names. Yes, from the lush and nutrient-rich Amazon. Okay, so Physicians Formula's bronzers are iconic. This is obviously a blush. I feel like I've had their blushes once before. I don't really remember how I felt about it. That does not look like my colour. It doesn't look particularly bright. I'm a bit scared for my bright drag blush moment. But yeah, like, the bronzers are iconic. Like, from Physicians Formula. Packaging is very cute. It has that really nice scent that you'll have. Is that really? It's so, like, not blushery coloured, in my opinion. Whoa. I feel like that could pass as an under eye setting powder for me. That makes me nervous. I'm gonna have to do a really bright cream blush, aren't I, under it? Because I'm sorry, but that looks like it could. Yeah. That makes me nervous, as you can tell. My poor blush moment. Okay. I'll never understand this, like, little applicator thing that they give you in Physicians Formula. I wouldn't even know how to use it. Like, whatever. Yeah. And I'm probably the most nervous about this one. Next product. Okay, the last product, and the one I'm very much excited about. The Juvia's Place I Live, I Love Ice palette. So, before I read it out, like, I have never actually tried a Juvia's Place eyeshadows before. I know, it's shocking because you hear such amazing things about them, but for a long time it was quite hard to get in Britain. For some reason, I'm trying to find it, but it's not coming up. I'll be back. It's out of stock, that's why. As I was saying, Juvia's Place for a long time was hard to get in Britain, so I haven't really had the chance to explore their eyeshadows, but now I have. I was really, really excited when I first got it. When I saw it. God, my stomach is going crazy. So, what was I saying? That was it. I Love eyeshadow palette. Ugh, tongue twister. So, it's about $15, so could be about £13-14, I guess. That's just an estimate because it's not there. So the new I Love I See eyeshadow palette is a gorgeous 6-pan eyeshadow palette featuring highly pigmented pressed eyeshadows, perfect for day or night looks. Eyeshadow shades include a mix of blue, silver, yeah, that's what it says, blue and silver. So I haven't done a blue look in quite a long time, I don't think. As I was saying, I was very excited when I saw it in the box because I haven't had the chance to explore Juvia's Place eyeshadows before. It's a black-owned brand. The theming is beautiful and so up my alley. Like, the packaging is insane and it's so affordable. Like, with the whole bougie aesthetic of it, you would think that it would be more expensive than it actually is. Of course, I've used it for my boy glam look. Like, it's very, very pretty. It looks a lot brighter on camera. It's very, very icy in person. Yeah, like, I'm actually really excited. I suppose I should swatch it, and by swatch it, just stick my fingers on it because I can't be bothered to do the whole thing. Sooner or later, I'm going to be covered in tattoos, so... So, this one, do they have shade names? I don't think they do. I do kind of wish they would because I love having palettes with shade names. So that's the top one. Whoa. Like, they are very nice. I can see why so many people rave about their eyeshadows. Oh. That didn't go very well. There we are. Oh, that's so cool. But yeah, like, I haven't really looked as much. I know that this, the brand with the mystery boxes sell a lot of, like, products that are hard to get in Britain. Like, it's a more, you can get them in Britain, but you would have to pay, like, so much for, like, taxes and the shipping and all that, and nobody wants to do that. So, I probably might, no, there's no problem about it. I'm going to stalk this brand from the beauty box if I want to, like, check out brands that are harder to get in Britain. Anyway, so the bottom, cute. Yeah, like, it's a very, very cute icy palette. I don't know for sure, but I may have to add a few others in somewhere, but I'm going to try not to. But that was the unboxing. For product, I feel like is quite good for £20, especially since a lot of, 3 of them at least, are well-known brands. Yeah, so I'm going to get to the place of the first product and I will do it on camera. Okay, and I am back. Contour's gone very, very dark. I don't know what happened, but, you know, I'm sort of living for it. So, the first is the blush. I've gone very bright pink because I feel like the cream is going to have to do the colour side of it. When it comes to this, I'm hoping it will just make, like, the contoury areas blend better, like, soften it a bit. There's some powder blushes do that. They may not give you a really bright pigment, but they sort of, like, blend and smooth everything. I'm hoping it will do that. And the bright pink cream will do the colour. My phone's about to go off. Okay. As I suspected, this did absolutely nothing. If anything, it's just dulled it. And I'm very, very angry about it. It's also just a weird colour. Like, it's got a very, very, very subtle hint of pink, but then it sort of just reminds me of grey. Like, it's got a weird grey tone to it. Don't get me wrong, it's still going to be used because it's set like my colour corrector and all that quite well. So I could use it for that. So it has a use, it's just not a blush use. Like, I don't even know, like, on what skin tone it would be alright for. Obviously, more pale, but it's got a weird greyish undertone, and I'm so glad that I did a really bright pink cream blush, because this does not want to work. It also doesn't really like soften the edge, like this bit. It doesn't really soften it all that good. I definitely prefer their bronzers to this. I don't think I'd even go out my way to get another colour because I just don't think I like the formula and the way it is. Because a lot of the blush, as I said, is to like smooth and help blend the contour and that together, and it just doesn't seem to want to do that. And it does, it has a very, very weird greyish hint to it, with a subtle, and the most subtle, and when I say subtle I mean subtle, hint of pink. So yeah, I do not like this blusher. Does it have a use? Yes, because I used it to set my colour corrector and it worked very well, so I'm just going to use it for that. Like, normally I don't have to go back in with my contour brush to blend it together. Normally the blush does it, but it just doesn't want to do it. So that answers that. Okay, so on to the next product. Okay, I am back, and this is the eye that I have created. It is, I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually really liking it. It's been a long time since I've liked something that I've done. Anyway, I'm gonna show you how I did it. I'm trying to remember what I did first. Okay, so as usual, I took the lightest shade in the palette and I just dusted it all over my eye. By the way, if you hear noises, it's because the windows are open, because it's getting boiling in this country, aka Britain. I fucking hate the heat. I always have, but since starting drag, I hate it even more. I can only imagine what it's like for those who like put on breastplates and padding and all that. I fucking hate it. In corset, in just a corset, to be honest with you. I don't even mean just a corset, because stripping is a part of what I do. Okay, so literally just softly put it all over the eye. I then took the only other matte shade. I do wish there was more mattes, because I always believe that there should be more mattes in a palette than shimmer, even though I use a lot of shimmer. I just think there should be more mattes in a palette because it's easier to work with. And I'm thinking about this more on other people more than what I use. I theoretically probably doesn't matter that much that it doesn't have that many mattes, but I'm not the only one who exists, unfortunately. So, into the crease. And I literally just do it to map it out, sort of anyway. Along those sort of lines, I don't really go crazy with it. Taking a fluffier brush and the thing to help me guide, and taking the darker colour still, I buff it out. I will say, these colours are on the pastel like kind of side, so they are a bit harder to work with, because pastels tend to be harder to work with anyway. they just take a lot longer to build and stuff. So it gives it that almost, I suppose it is still blue, but it's also got like a periwinkle kind of hint to it. And to be honest with you, it doesn't really matter that I can only use one matte shade in the crease, because I tend to do that anyway. Like for performances and that. I tend, to be honest, some of my most crazier looks are just sat here messing about and that, where for if I'm doing a performance, I'm trying to do it as quick as I can. So I just put one shade in the crease. I do buff it up quite far. And I've been recently trying to buff it up further than usual as well, because I've realised with my horrendously hooded eyes, I have to go up quite far, like almost hitting brow. Obviously, if there was another shade, I would have put another one to join it up. I will say, it could just be the fact that they're pastels. Pastels are hard to work with. They are ever so slightly patchy. But, as I suspected, they're pigmented and they do work well. It's just, I think probably the colour is what makes them a bit more difficult to work with. But like, you'll find in most palettes from different brands that pastel-y like colours are hard to work with, period. Okay, I'm gonna say about there. Okay, I am now going to cut the crease and I will be back because I'm not doing it on camera. That was so quick and so easy. I love just doing one in the crease. Okay, I am back. And for the next part is the lid. So I took this shade here and this is the one I put on the lid. Now, once again, these are all very light, pastel-y kind of colours. So I do have to build them up quite a bit. But I'm like really interested in other Juvia's Place palettes, because if they're this good on a pastel-y kind of palette level, then I can only imagine that they're really good on a non-pastel palette. So I do spray it and it took a while to build up, but it got there and they're very bright when they do. I did a mixture of my finger and my brush, and to be honest with you, I think they work better with the brush. It's a very, very pretty colour. Okay, I think that's actually near enough there. It didn't take that long this side, actually. Next one, I am dropping all my brushes. So for the next one, I took the darker shimmer. Well, it's the darkest shimmer, but like the only other dark shade was glitter, and I wanted to use the glitter. As I was saying before it cut me off, rude, I'm going to use, don't fall on me, I'm using the glitter in the palette for the glitter liner, as you can see, but I'm using the dark shimmer for the outer corner. Stand, come on, don't do this to me. I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. My face is doing that weird thing. Does anyone else? It's like, don't get me wrong, most performers do not like the heat because they sweat and then their makeup comes off. I don't have that problem. For some reason, my face chooses not to sweat, but my body just seems to take it all and it ends up like a waterfall. It's fucking gross. But at least the makeup stays put, so I obviously can't moan that much. Anyway, the darker shimmer, this one, is not really all that dark, but it's the darkest one I have, and I don't really want to use other eyeshadows. It's a very pretty colour though, and like this one is without spray in it, so I can imagine like all their other shimmers that aren't like light pastel-y colours are like they work instantly. And darker ones seem to work better with your fingers. Like where I didn't think the lighter ones worked that well with your fingers. It worked better with a brush. These seem to work better. The darker ones seem to work better. Well, good with all of them. Okay, I'm gonna probably go a bit further across with the light one. Okay. Okay, I think that's about it to join it together in the middle. I then took a fluffier brush, which I have totally lost. Where did you go? Why is this happening to me? Come on, I don't want to have to wash more brushes than I have to, if that makes sense. Aha, there we are. I took the light one in the middle and I buffed it together. This one I definitely had to spray, so where the hell have I put the spray? There it is. And like, it's a bit strange, this one, because it does build up eventually, but like, you sort of have to, it's weird, because like, I would say build it up, but it like all of a sudden decides to show up really well. It's not even so much like a building process as it is, bam, okay, I've decided to show up. But mostly it's to just add that highlight and to mix the two together. Okay, a bit like that. Taking a pencil brush, I did the exact same colour in the brow area. But because I didn't really like how, I don't know why, I just, it seemed patchy and I didn't like how it sat on my eyebrow, but I left it like that for now because I then did the liner and then sorted it out. But I did try and mix the lighter matte and the darker matte to just softly go over the edges to see if I could get it to blend a bit better. And then I just left it like that for now. And then I did the liner and it sort of all just pulled together in the end because I then knew how to sort it out. You'll see what I mean. Okay, so for the liner, so the next one that I got from the beauty box, I literally just traced the crease with it. I also, you have to be very soft-handed because these break very easily. So I started about there. It did seem, however, to go over quite well, unlike many liners. It's very, very creamy and very, very soft. So you have to be light-handed, which I am not light-handed at all. It broke several times this side, so maybe I've learned. That was probably a bit too thick, but oh well. It doesn't really matter because I then go in with the glitter, so it'll cut it off a bit. Anyway. Okay, so for the glitter, taking some eyelash glue, I followed it. Okay, so with that done, taking the palette and the glitter shade and a small brush. I'm not gonna lie, this did take a while. I literally did a mix of almost stamping and dragging. But it did take like a lot of repeated dips in. It's a very pretty glitter. Like with a mix of like different shades of blue and white. Does take a bit of concentration, so sorry about being quiet. God, concentrating makes me sweat more. Okay, I'm nearly there. I need to take it a bit further down this side, but that's mostly done. Okay, so I don't know if I have time before my phone goes off. I do take the grey liner again and just reinforce it a bit. Just to make that divide a bit more obvious. Okay, where I don't think the glitter is as pow as the loose glitter that I normally use, it's still there and it still does its job, and it's very, very pretty. Okay, so I will say that I don't know if I've done this side higher than the other. I don't know. Oh well. Taking that shimmer one again, that light white one, I try and reinforce it a bit more here. But it, like, I'm sure there's something different about it, but I don't know what yet. Anyway, I'm gonna go and do the eyeliner and be back to do the bottom lash line. It's going alright, I guess. Okay, so for the under eye, I took the darkest shade and put it on, basically. And I basically just used the darkest shade because I attempted to use the lighter one to buff it out a bit, but it just, for some reason, I didn't like the effect it gave. So I just settled with the dark one under the eye. It's not vastly important to me how the under eye looks all that much because of the false eyelashes I wear. Yes, by the way, I know my eyeliner is vastly different one side to the other. There's nothing I can do about it. It's called having two different shaped eyes. Okay. I'm gonna mix the dark blue and the light one and see if it works any better. Just to give it a bit of dimension, but I don't think it will because the dark one very much washes the white one out, of course, but then if you go in with the white one afterwards, it like really just leaves you with a white stripe. Okay, I'm trying to work out whether to put this eyeliner up a bit further, not that I want to really. Oh god, it's so bad. Something like that. This side is 100% better than that side. Oh wow. It's always the case, okay? One eye always goes better than the other. There's nothing I can do about it. Okay, so the last thing will be the inner corner. So using that white one again, spraying it, I just piled it on. And because I didn't really think it was giving me what I wanted in like all areas of my eye, if I'm honest with you, I then took a bit of the one sec, a bit of the Jeffree Star Cosmetics Extreme Frost in the shade Gag Me, and I put it over it and it just gave it that extra pop that I needed and wanted. And I even put a bit up here as well because this was just not working for me. That was a lot. I didn't mean to do that much. Oh wow, oops. You go big, go or go home, right? And the good thing about this formula is that it doesn't mess up the like the mattes underneath, so like you can do like your whole matte work shading and all that, and if you put this on over it, it doesn't like cover it because it has no pigment base. It's just a blue kind of sheeny glittery like shine to it. Oh, it's so cool. I wasn't going to use anything else, but I couldn't bear it any longer. It just, something had to bling. I know what you're thinking. Is that not enough bling for you? And the answer is no. Okay, good enough. I'm trying to think of what to do next. So, mascara, lashes. Okay, so I'll be back with the last product. Yeah. Okay, I'm back. God, it's difficult to put on. The issue is that I have a lot, and I mean a lot of hair. So, and it's like very voluminous and bushy. So, these are going to be a learning curve to get on. They actually may be harder to get on than just putting a wig on. So, I may have done something like brought something that necessarily was meant to help me out, but isn't. Also, I just, being autistic, there's just some things that I just do not like the feeling of, and like loose hair is one of them. Like, it pisses me off so much. I brought a braided one, so maybe the braided one will help out, but then it wouldn't disguise the bushiness of my hair as much. However, I do like the thought of the bandana. Like, the one that I'm planning on going out in is going to be white, and like it's got what I'm wearing has like white accents on it, so like I feel like it might actually be quite good, and I'm actually looking forward to it. However, I don't know if I can handle. Oh, I just hate the feeling of like loose hair, and that it just winds me up. That makes me look like I'm bald, so I most definitely will have to sit like this with it. I hate the feeling of loose hair, and it's just shedding. Okay, and there's a lot of it. Like, I did spend quite a bit of money on it, so obviously losing hair out of it isn't all that bad because there's a lot of it, but it's just so irritating. Anyway, I've got a fucking knot in it now. So on to the final product, which is the lip gloss. I'm gonna have to sit and try and sort this. I'm sitting here trying to work out if that's too much. I don't know, because you know me, I am too much, but whatever. Anyway, lip gloss. Not really the same kind of colour, but oh well. Let's see how it goes. Whoa, it's thick. I forgot how thick it is. It's not really the colour of the lips, but it doesn't really matter. It's definitely a full coverage gloss. And though it was like quite fragranted, it's not as bad as you apply it. Like, you can smell it still, like it's still there, but it's not as strong as sniffing it like on the applicator and that. I'm trying to find the brush I used to buff out my lips, and it is gone. I will be. Anyway, as I was saying, I don't really want to go completely over the lips like I normally do because it's very pigmented, so it will like cover the lip liner, and then I'll end up with that horrible kind of lip that it just looks weird. You'd know what I meant if you saw it. Yeah, it makes a cute nude glossy lip. The fragrance, as I said, isn't all that bad on, like, when it's on. You can smell it there, but it's not as strong as it is like smelling it on your hand or from the applicator. So I think it's pretty good actually, and I will most definitely use it. Okay, well, to be honest, I'm nearly done. So it's the point. It's literally only jewellery. So, to be honest with you, I'd probably go with... I kind of want to go and get my chain necklace, but can I be bothered? Because, like, it's giving... ghetto. Is it ghetto? Gatto? This proves how gangster I am. The thing that... The hood. The royal hood. That proves how fucking black I am, isn't it? I so know what I'm talking about. I will be back. I wasn't going to, but you can't. I don't think this can go with it. It's just not giving the vibe. Okay, and I am here. Oh, you know, this is actually making me excited. This is like a different kind of thing for me. Like, if there was a challenge, let's say on Drag Race or something, and it was like you had to incorporate your boy self in your everyday self into your drag, this is Deuce and Nefarious combined. Absolutely. Like, I'm actually quite impressed with myself. I didn't think I'd like it because, like, it's just weird without a wig, but it's also a lot more comfortable. However, God, the ponytail's fucking heavy. It feels like it's going to come off my head at any minute, but it's hooked in and everything. But it's that heavy that it's like weighing everything down. Okay, so for £20, I think that box was very good. Oh God, I need to do that better next time. Anyway, it was very good. Like, I really like the palette. It's a bit patchy, maybe a bit difficult to work with, but most pastel palettes are. So by pastel palettes, it's great. The gloss, wherever I put it, surprising. Didn't think I'd like it because of the fragrance of it, but it's not too overpowering on the mouth. The blush is awful. It's this colour because of the cream blush underneath. It had nothing to do with the powder blush at all. I'm so glad that I decided to go with a bright blush, cream blush. What was the other thing? Eyeliner. It was great. Like, it went quite well over all the eyeshadows. Many of them have an issue with that, so it did that well. It's quite creamy, so you have to be quite soft-handed with it. But yeah, like, I recommend, like, if you just want to treat yourself, it's only 20 quid and it's going to be more than that £20, and you get a cute little box. Who doesn't like a cute little box? Yes. I'm actually very impressed with myself. If only this eyelash. You know what, I shouldn't blame the eyelashes. It's me being born, Deuce being born with two different shaped eyes. Anyway, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.